We're just getting older, world is getting colder. Trying to get sober, Lord help me get stronger. World is on my shoulders.
How we doing today? This is the 12 at 12 podcast, the podcast about real life, recovery, redemption, growth and development, because that's what this is about. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Tap that subscribe button up top and share for more. Caring and sharing, just know that. And if you know anybody who needs help with substance abuse disorder, severe mental illness, if you need help or know somebody, our sponsors is First Step Recovery. They will be happy to help you. See the number up top. Do not hesitate. Do not wait to contact that number. They will be happy to help you. Remember that. Have a special guest today, Shannon. How you doing today, brother?
Hey, I'm blessed, brother. How are you, man?
Man, blessed from the best. Try not to be stressed, brother.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. So,
sure.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, bro. Where you from?
So I'm from here in Lexington. Here in Louisville. I live in Lexington now. This is where I was born and raised. I ended up moving to Lexington about 4 years ago. Really struggled up here, finding my way, and went down there and was able to kind of, I won't even say really reinvent myself, but I kind of found a version of myself really that I didn't know existed. I never really had a whole lot prior to being sober. Lots of in and out in jail, did a long stint in prison, kind of just flip-flopped through treatment programs. So I never really got grounded. I never had a foundation anywhere. And when I ended up moving to Lexington, I found that there, man. I really did. I was able to find a version of myself, like I said, and I kind of took off with it. I really took off with it, and I got involved with some people that they say that you want what they have, and I did. And I started to take suggestions, and I started to really listen to them guys, and I started to idolize different types of people than I idolized when I was a kid, you know? The things that I used to like. You know, that stuff we used to look up to and think that, man, that's what I want to be. I kind of changed that, and I started to look up to other types of people, and I got a lot out of it when I did. I went down there. I had about 10 months of sobriety. That was the most I ever had. I had a brief relapse for about 3 months, went back to treatment, and man, I've been blessed to be sober since then. I've got almost 3 years. I'm about a month and a half off from 3 years.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, bro.
Yeah, bro. Thank you. And it's amazing. I have 2 beautiful kids. I've got a daughter. She's 2.5, and I have a son. He's 3 months old. I've got a beautiful woman. Have a place of my own. You know. I've got a car. You know, like things that I never even thought about. Yeah. And being able to have those types of things, and I get to work in this stuff, which is great. Work at a place called Level Up Recovery in Lexington. It's an all men's place down there. Oh, nice. And it's great, bro. It's great. Really trying to, you know, show these guys the way that I was shown, you know, that worked, the stuff that finally worked for me, and trying to let some of that rub off on them, man. But it's a great program. I love working there. I have another job at the Recovery Cafe. It's a resource center down there for those struggling. And I love it, man. I love giving back and love helping people, and I've kind of found my calling in this, really by accident, but it happened, and I'm blessed.
It sounds like you found your purpose in life.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you're able to get paid for something you're passionate about.
Yeah.
So you say that you said that you started looking up to different role models than you did before.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then when you seen that, you kind of took the remedy that they had and put it together and put some motion into it.
Yeah.
Started getting your groove on.
Yeah.
Huh? Put God first, man. It's like what caused you to go to Lexington? Out of everywhere that you could have went, what was like Lexington is the place that I'm gonna try to get some motion at? So
really, I winded up there honestly by chance. It really wasn't even thought out until I was in treatment. So in my story, I'm a constant treatment in and out. You know, I've been to a lot of places all over Kentucky, man, and I actually was with a girl at the time. We went to treatment out in E-Town at a place called Recovery Works, and when we were there, I think I finally came to the realization that I needed to get away, because every time I would come back here, my family lives here, this is what I known my whole life. So moving away from here, I think I just finally I guess you could almost say like a godsend, man, that I was like, you know what, I need to do something different. I mean, I've been really close to losing my life a few times, you know, and that's just the way that this is. And if it's not like the drugs that'll kill you, man, the lifestyle will. And you put yourself in the positions where you and other people around are in danger, man. And like, I didn't want that, man. Like, I really didn't want that for myself. So I was at Recovery Works, and somebody told me about a program there at the time. And a couple sober living was very rare at the time, you know, about 4 years ago. There wasn't a lot of those, man. So like, they was like, yeah, man, you can go down here in Lexington, place called Perfect Imperfections, takes couples. And I was like, you know what, bet, sure.
So the couples treatment just really started becoming a thing just recently in this area.
Yeah, really over like the last few years, man. And even now, it's still not everywhere. Because, you know, most places, they might do co-ed, or they, you know, but even now there's a lot of places that only just do men and just do women. You know what I mean?
Keep them separated and things like that.
Yeah, and I feel like early in recovery, man, like just my personal opinion, I think that getting sober separately really helps. I think it helps, like for the individual, especially, even though I went through it with a girl, but like it didn't end up working out. But now today, when like if I can give a suggestion to somebody, it would be to, you know, go with all guys, or a woman to go with all women. I think that really helps them in the long run. I really do.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of agree with you, man. Especially with working in recovery for a little bit now. I noticed that you don't make the best decisions when you're on drugs, and when you get off of them and you're detox, and then you start thinking right, your mind starts clicking back, and you start getting healthier again. Healing had to take place, people. Healing had to take place in your life, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And a lot of times a person just try to rush into something, you know, and then when you get off drugs, you're really putting all your energy in, oh, I need this. And then I've seen so many relationships crash, fall, and then next thing you know, you're triggered. Once you break up, you're going back there to the street to use them. Why? Because now your heart's broke, and you're just getting off of drugs. You're just getting off of alcohol, and then your heart breaks. You're only going back to what you know, because now you're ready to give up. And I've seen countless amount of times, bro, that people, just in this little bit of time, that people getting in relationships, bro, as soon as they break up, they're gone. They'll leave the program, and then they're back on the streets. They're back to drinking. They're back to doing drugs. Oh, why this person broke my heart? Tears, crying. And it's like, dang, you should have been focused on you at that point in time.
That's
you
right.
know? Because if you can't help yourself, people, you're no good for nobody else. You can't help nobody else if you can't help yourself.
That's real.
So once you help yourself, then you're able to go out and help other people, and then you're able to actually be in a relationship. You know, if you're a woman, you could be led rightly. If you're a man, then you can lead rightly.
Yep.
You know, but if you're going through what you're going through, then I don't really see. I kind of agree with you on that, man. Not kind of, but I definitely agree with you on that you need to go through that healing process first before you actually go and try to put your baggage on somebody else.
Yeah, and I didn't even stay sober after that. Like, I went down to Lexington, and I stayed sober for 10 months. And when I was down there, I got sober with somebody else. I think that took away the work that I needed to do on myself. You know what I mean? Because of that. And I think like I just didn't get everything that I needed to out of it. And I really think that's why I didn't stay sober, honestly. And just inadvertently putting too much into another person before I was fully healed. Before I was healed, man, and it messed things up for me for a little bit.
So you think it took you being in a relationship during the recovery took your focus off of yourself and what you was trying to do first off?
Yeah, I do. I think it's hard to, if there's two of you, you automatically have to be giving some of yourself to somebody else. You have to, if you're there together, you know. But I did learn a lot from it at the same time. You know, it wasn't all bad. I did learn a lot. Like I said, I had my longest period up to that point with that. I didn't complete the program that I was in because I got kicked out for old behavior, not using, but for holding on to old ideas. So we call that criminal mentality. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's more than just the drugs. Like, my story is more than just the drugs, because you can remove substance from somebody and I still remain. You know what I mean? The issues are still there. It's just like all that really was just a coping mechanism that I used to just not not deal with it. So I got kicked out, man. I got into it with the house manager at the time. You know, we almost got into it, a fight. It was just, it was not good. But I stayed sober for a few more months. But when I did, moved into with her family, you know, in that recovery side, it drifted off. You know what I mean? And I kind of was just like white knuckling it, you'd say, you know, just staying sober, going to work, but I wasn't really working the program no more. I was just not getting high. And inevitably I ended up relapsing, man. I relapsed, and when I did, you know, if you've ever heard the expression that it gets worse every time, never better, so real. Because I was only out there for about 3 months, bro. That's it. And I tell you what, it felt like 3 years, bro. That was the worst time that I ever had during that ordeal. And I didn't even really lose necessarily everything like previous times. But when I tell you I found myself in the darkest place I've ever been, bro, that's what it was. Spirit was broken. It was gone. It was just gone, man. I didn't have it no more, man. And it's like like that God presence in my life when I use, bro, just disappears, man. But it's my fault because I don't want it to be there, you know. And it seems like every behavior that I start engaging in, it's evil, I guess you'd say. Everything that I'm doing, and I turn into the absolute worst version of myself. And that happened, and I always go to jail. I always go to jail, man, when I use, every time. Went to jail. The girl that I was with told me she was pregnant, and like, you know, a normal person would be like, you know what? I'm gonna have a kid. I really need to straighten my act up and do it. And I didn't do it, man. I got out, immediately went back to getting high for about another month, and it was just real bad, man. I think a part of the reason that I can stay sober today is because I'm honest about what happens. And I turned into, like I said, the worst version of myself. And I was stealing from my own place I was living at, stealing my own stuff while my pregnant girlfriend was in the house, you know?
Dang.
Yeah, and I was engaging with people I didn't need to, staying out all night, you know, the stuff that we do. And the thought of anything other than using on my mind, like if it wasn't beneficial to me, then I didn't want no parts of it. I ended up overdosing, and for those of you who've been Narcan, like, y'all know what that feeling, man, it's just so powerful. You just can't, it's just like you get up, you were dead, you know, and you get revived, and your whole body is just at the weakest state you could imagine. You can't even move properly. And I ended up going to rehab the next day, man.
How many times do you think you would been knocked?
That time, that specific time, the person that brought me back, I had 3 in the backpack that I was carrying, and he told me that was the only thing in the house, and that 3 saved my life, man. That was it. There was nothing else. All the other people there left me. You know,
for the people out here who don't know what narc is, could you explain it to them, the importance of
being
out there with it?
Yeah, for sure. So Narcan saved my life, man, and it is a medicine that when your body has overdosed from opiates, you register. It's comes in a box. Narcan's really everywhere, and you take it out of the box, and it's pretty simple. And you put it in someone's nose, and it is literally self-explanatory. And what it does is you do it, and you push it in their nose, and what it does, it's like an immediate relapse. It's like an immediate resuscitation, but it doesn't always work. So that's the thing. It doesn't always work. I've heard stories of people being, you know, Narcan 7, 8, 9, 10 times. You know what I mean? And then they'll come back. But it's a blessing, man. It's an absolute blessing. I've overdosed a few times prior to this, but it was never like this time. It was just so different. And
what do you think was different about that time from the rest? Was it just the feeling you felt afterwards, or was it just like a sense of a reality check? Like, you know what, I don't want this.
Yeah.
I don't want to die this way.
Man, I think it was a combination of that, and like, you know, when people say sometimes that like they go under, they go out, and they see all these things, and like all this stuff happens, and bro, I just don't remember seeing nothing but dark, bro. I don't recall anything else. And like when I thought about that, it's like everything, they talk about your life flashes before you. Everything.
Because I died 2022. I was found out responsible in a motorcycle crash. And I came back. I experienced heaven. I experienced hell. So I guess it's different floats, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know that a part of the darkness of hell. Hell is separate from God. God is light.
Yeah.
God is love and light. So you might have to go through the darkness at first. That's the only thing I can explain to it.
For sure.
Before you reach to where you're really at.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're there, if God allows it, He allows some people to come back and gives them, I would say, a warning. People, you can take it how you want to take it. A warning, and that's why I tell people about the Lord Christ all the time, man. Not only that, hey, people done told me, I experienced it, you know, and it's something that can't be taken away from me. So I tell people about that, and other people might not have experienced that. Some people experience darkness, but it's like this. You need to get right while you're here.
You need to get right.
And that's one thing that I realized that anytime anybody can go at any time, and just make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of it, like when I say that I was seeing like darkness, I didn't see nothing. I think it had to do with the way I was living, and you know what I mean. I believe that because like and it scared me, and I think like, you know, so many things came to mind, and immediately it's like you just wake up like on a floor, and I remember I was soaking wet, I guess because they had to dump water on me and stuff, like, you know, just the whole thing. And I was sitting there and like it's just everything flashed before me, and I thought I just thought about like my life, where I'm going, what's happening, how did I get here again, like so many mixed emotions. And
did you have kids at the time?
I did not. So I did, you know what I mean? I didn't have them, and my daughter's mom was actually pregnant at the time, and
wow. Dang.
So like it was just so wild. And like I went back to treatment literally that morning, fought like immediately went back. And yeah, man, and when I went there, when they talk about like a spiritual awakening, you know, spiritual experiences that happen, that's really the only way that I can describe, bro, what happened to me while I was in there, because there's no way that I've got where I'm at today by myself, man. There's no way. No. Because I went through treatment all those times, and I did it all those times.
Yeah.
But something so different hit me while I was in there, man, and I just knew that like I had to do something different. I had to. And man, I grinded, bro. So I went to treatment. I did PHP too, which is like an extended 30 days afterwards. And I got out.
So how long was that program altogether?
I did 60 days, man.
60.
I did 60 days. And when I got out, it was around Christmas time. And yeah, man, I managed to get out. I did stay focused for a little bit. Obviously, I was still super early. I was honestly at that time, man, I was just trying to like stay sober for the day. I was just still trying to stay connected. I was trying to be like in the meetings. I was trying to like, you know, lean on the people that was supporting me at the time. And I ended up getting a job at the Goodwill. And I tell you, man, the Goodwill's been great to me. I wouldn't be where I'm at today without it.
Man, Goodwill a good spot, man.
Yeah, shout out to the Goodwill, man.
Shout out Goodwill, man. Goodwill has a lot of opportunity out there, man. A lot of y'all who might not, you know, they might not know where you could go to possibly get help or even job opportunities, man. Yo, go to Goodwill, man. They're definitely I have to admit, it's an organization, because I worked at Goodwill before.
Yeah.
And they really help people out, you know what I'm saying? Do. They have classes you could take. They got things they pay for. They got it's just a lot. It's just a great company, man.
Man, they're great.
Honestly, man, I definitely vouch for the Goodwill, man.
And I got a job there, so I was, you know,
hold on, in that second opportunity. So you can have a record and all that, and they would still give you a job. So some of y'all might be out there, and you know, this is the podcast about growth and everything. You might have a felony, you might have some things, you might be having hard time getting a job or something like that. You know, try Goodwill. You know, see what can happen there. You might not be the best paid, but it's always room to grow there too. Always. You know what I'm saying? So just don't feel like you're just nobody out there. If lows come to low, you know, try it everywhere. Try Goodwill and just see what happens.
It's a safe place to go, not just for a job, but like, you know, people who need help. When I mean that, like, they have people that work there that their job is if somebody comes in needing help or treatment, they got a person that works there for that. You know what I mean? I mean, they pay for people's CDLs, their peer support, their any direction you want to go. They help like getting you enrolled back in school. Like, man, hey, bro, they do so much, man, and like,
and they give housing for people who work there too. Like, if you work there, they'll give you like housing. They got a Smiles program that'll help you fix your grill. Like they got a lot of stuff, man. They got it's a lot.
So the lady that is actually she is the COO of Goodwills of Kentucky. She actually is married to my old high school teacher.
No,
and yeah, man, he was a baseball coach. He was real good. He was kind of like a mentor to me in high school. Yeah. So he watched me go through school, and then he watched me also mess my life up a whole lot. So when I was like getting out of rehab, I kind of like was like, they helped me. You know, they helped me turn me on to a career coach there. Like you said, it wasn't the greatest paying job, but I tell you what, bro, I was so humble. And I was just, I was humble, and I was, you know, I was working in the back. I was going through stuff. I was cashiering, you know, and in February of 2023, I got to watch my daughter be born, and I was able to be present for that. And I think that was that itself, I really believe, was such a turning point in my life at that time for me.
When your daughter was born.
When she was born, man. I think that when they talk about like unconditional love, you know, like that feeling, I think prior to that, me experiencing that, I never knew what it felt like until that. Like that was it, where I was like, man, I have to do this, you know? And man, to this day, today I've never been absent from her life, bro, ever. She's fantastic, bro. She's a whole mess. She's a hot mess. You hear me? She's a hot mess, bro. She's 2.5, and
she's all over the place right now.
Oh, bro, all over the place. She's sassy. She knows what she wants, and she's a good big sister. You know, and she can be mean, and then she can be so sweet, but she's so smart and learning a lot of things. But man, I'm telling you, when she was born, I think like God continued to send things my way, like just continuing to, and like I took that and I was like, bro, this is, and being a dad, that's new. You know, I don't care how much training you got. I don't care how many videos you watch. I don't care what kind of suggestions somebody gives you. You got to figure it out.
Yeah.
On your own, bro. You got to figure it out. And learning how to do that, man, was great through the process, man. And today I have 50-50 custody of her. Her mom is a great mom. She works in recovery too, down in Berea. And she's a great person, and I have my daughter for a week, and then she has her for a week. And we've been doing that, and that little girl's loved, you know? That little girl's loved, and I'm happy about that.
I think that's a good thing that, you know, you're co-parenting and that you know, it's not bringing drama into a child's life, that, you know, even though they might not be together, it's still not all this craziness that tends to happen within a lot of broken relationships or broken homes, man.
Bro, it's so much bigger than us.
Yeah.
Them little kids, they the future. It ain't even about any of us at this point. Like, as long as we can pour nothing but love into the kid, bro, like that's all that matters to me at this point. Like in my life, I'm just, you know, and she has that, and I'm extremely, extremely grateful that she's been able to be loved in all areas of life. Like I really am. And so when she was born, I was working at the Goodwill. I ended up getting a position as an assistant manager within like 2 months, bro, of working at the Goodwill. It just,
you can move up fast there too.
Something just happened. Someone left. You know what I mean? I just happened to be there, and bro, they asked me if I've ever been a manager before, and I was like, no way. And they was, how do you feel about this? And I was like, I mean, yeah, sure. You know, yeah. I ended up being assistant manager, man, at the Goodwill within just a few months, and that was crazy because at that time, man, like I said, I was only, I was like 5 months sober, bro, 6 months sober. Like I didn't, but I realized when I was not using, bro, like when I go back and look at it now, man, God is blessing me, bro. Like things were coming in my life that wasn't a coincidence.
Ain't forget about you.
Nah, bro, it wasn't a coincidence that all these things keep happening. So I had that job, man, and I wanted to work in recovery. I ended up getting my peer support. The Goodwill paid for that, by the way. They did. They paid for that for me because that's what I wanted to do. And I started working at the Commitment House as a place. It was a good place I worked for down in Lexington. They got them one in Louisville. They got one in Indiana. It's a good place, man. Worked there for about 6 months, and mind you, I've got my year token prior to this point. I stayed sober for a year. Finally was able to get my first vehicle on my own. But it was a process, man. This stuff didn't happen overnight. Like, you know, I think a lot of times we get sober for, 30, 60, 90 days, and we're wondering, like, why we don't have the rewards yet, And the way that I look at it, bro, is like you'll get it in due time. When it seemed fit for you to have, but you got to work for it, and I did, man. And I didn't do anything bad to obtain it, and it felt so good to have that.
I call it God's perfect timing.
Sure, yeah.
It's not our will, it's God's will to be done, and when it's His time, that's the right time, like you said. But you got to take those steps. You got to make the move. He ain't gonna do it. The opportunity to be there, but you got to work at it too. You got to work at it. But the opportunity to be there, so many times the door could be open and people just don't walk through it.
Yeah.
They close it. They don't like the way it feels. They don't like the moving out of the comfort zone. Like you moving to Lexington, you going to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You stepping out of your comfort zone. They don't like that. They don't like the way it might feel. And I'm going to tell you something, man. God will change you. And when He changes you, He'll change your surroundings. He'll change the outlook on life. And the thing about it is, a lot of people don't like that change, so they literally cripple themselves instead of allowing that growth process to go through.
Yeah. To be uncomfortable, that's what it takes. Yeah. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what it is. Because, of course, like, when life is easy and everything's good, things are good. Yeah. I had to learn how when things change in my life to adapt to that, because if there's one thing about change is it's absolutely inevitable. It's going to happen, no matter what. Everything's going to change. You can guarantee every year there's going to be 4 seasons. You can guarantee it. It's going to happen, whether we want it to or not. Tomorrow when I wake up, it's going to be Thursday. Whether I want it to, change is always happening, and things are going to be different, and I have to learn to adapt to that. It's because that's real life. That's real life today.
I have a question. Was it scary for you when the change happened? I know you had the spiritual awakening, but was it a scary time in your life when you decided to take these steps and different things that you were doing? Each time a door opened up and you walked through, was it scary for you?
Fear definitely was there. Fear, most definitely. I think fear played a part in a lot of things because, like what I told you when I said that I've never had any foundation, man, never. So I'm walking, so every door that opens is a completely forbidden door. It is so new to me that I have no idea what it's like. The only idea that I have of success is people that I like idolized or seen on TV. That's all I knew, bro, about success. I didn't even know, like I was 30 years old before I got my driver's license, man, I didn't even have I never had my own place. I never had my own vehicle. Let me rephrase this. I had vehicles that I, get a little $5 hoopty off the streets or something, no insurance or tags or nothing, but I never had anything. So like every time that these doors open, man, like I literally was just going in with the most positive and willing mindset that I could have because I didn't know what it was like. And over time, the longer I stayed sober, I met good people too. Along the way, there's a lot of good people who gave me lots of good suggestions. No matter how bad that I wanted to use early on, I didn't. And I think that really played a role. It played a role in a lot of things because today that I do understand that like, I can't, it's not an option today. I will say that. That's not an option. No matter what happens, going out here and getting high or drinking today is no longer an option.
Yeah.
It's no longer even a thing in my mind that I think about because I finally like have a life that like, I mean, there was days, bro, that I prayed for stuff like this, Like I thought in my mind, like, I just like want just the basic stuff in life, bro, to be happy. Like I just want that and having that. So because of that, today I think about even bigger stuff now. I'm like, okay, so I got this stuff. Like what can I do now to constantly elevate? In my life, I was so low at a place in my life that the ceiling is forever to me. You know what I mean? It's always up to me, bro, of like elevate myself, because I was so low at a time. And I just constantly think of ways that like I can better myself, man. What can I do to continue to help others and strive and do it the right way, you know? Or at least my way, what works for me. Everybody's got their own little things that work for them. And yeah, man, it's so like today, bro, I have 2 jobs that I've had. I've had one of them, I've been there for almost a year and a half, and the other one I've been there for almost 2 years. I've had 2 jobs that I've had for a year or better at the same time. I don't even think I ever had a job for like 3 months, 3 months at a time before, you know?
Yeah.
It changed my life. This stuff works. It works on a level that I can only share from my experience, man. But I'm telling you, it's that spiritual part to this program that like willing to believe that there's a power greater than myself, man, that brought me to where I'm at today. And I firmly believe it with my whole being, you know? I mean, like I spent like almost 6.5 years in prison, man. Mm-hmm. So at 19 years old, like, and you just gone. Like, so there was no life. And I try to tell the guys I work with on a daily basis, man, you know, from the streets, I've been in prison my whole life. I get out, I go back to the streets, do the same thing that got me in there before, you know? And I'd be like, man, if I can be pulled from this hopeless state of mind that I was in, absolutely anybody can, man. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't have anything to go off of. I know I meet a lot of people, and I hear about them telling me, man, I've had families, boats, cars, you know, careers, and then they'll find themselves, you know, in a bad spot, man, coming into rehabs and stuff, and they'll tell me about these things, and I'll be like, well, bro, you done had a life that I'm trying to get now. You could easily obtain it back, you know? Mm-hmm. You know how to have it. You know how to get it, man. And yeah, bro, it's just forever trying to do something different, bro. Like even this, you know, like coming here today, somebody, anytime somebody asks me for something or something that I feel like I can do that'll better, because I ain't even here today just for myself. I'm here because maybe somebody that's listening will hear something that will spark something in them to be like, you know what? That's what I want. That's what I want, man. I want that. I want that type of mindset, and I want that spiritual awakening for myself.
Amen, amen. Because it's important. Like I tell people, your story matters. You know, when people come on this format, their story matters. It's touching somebody. It's gonna reach somebody, even if it's one person that's gonna have that second thought. You plant the seed. It says in the Bible, God does the increase. You just plant that seed, and the Lord Christ there for you, man. Tell me something. What are some of your plans or goals for the future?
Okay, so right now I'm the director of outreach for a men's recovery program, and I'm a recovery coach. One day I would like to maybe run my own place someday, you know? I feel like this field is something that like I'm passionate about. This is what I know. This is, I feel like, the direction that I'm supposed to take. But there's some other things too that I've really considered. So we work with a place called the Fatherhood Initiative down in Lexington. Awesome people, bro. And there's these guys, and they run a whole program, how to aid and help men become better fathers, brothers, spouses, sons, you know what I mean? And I thought about that area. I'm really big into the mental health side of things too. And I've really thought about maybe, you know, over time or whenever that time comes to maybe tap into the mental health side of things, you know, and really try to help people in that area. School, definitely a goal of mine. I have a 3-month-old son now. He just came too. So he's a blessing too, man. It's just, I didn't realize all these things that come into my life. And yeah, just keep moving forward, man. Really, definitely want to go back to school. I feel like knowledge is power. You know, the more that I can know, being able to remain teachable. I learn a lot in this field from other people. That's what I do all day, is I talk to a lot of people who's exactly like me and been through just wild stuff, bro, you know, and I learn so much every day. And I feel like my program and what I do is forever changing based upon, like, my core beliefs change sometimes because of things I learn, you know? That's a big deal to me because I used to be hard-headed as hell, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me nothing. And to be able to be teachable and look at things from a different aspect today, that's major, man.
Amen, brother. That's a blessing right there.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you coming on to the show too.
For sure, bro. I appreciate you having me, man. And yeah, man, I appreciate you, bro. Any time that I can ever give back or do anything for anybody on any level, man, trying to better themselves or help themselves, man, you can count me in.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. And one important thing that you said, one important thing he was talking about was basically, you know, the fear isn't a bad thing. You know, you're scared to go through it. That fear of bettering yourself, it's there to push you.
Yeah.
It's there to push you. You might. It's not like, okay, fear like how it is scary move. It's a fear of, you know what? If you make this, will you actually be better than you were? Will it actually work out? And I'm here to tell you, you put God first, it will. You stay sober, it will. Perfect example right here. Perfect example right here. You done seen countless and countless testimonies of people who came on the show, people who came on the podcast, told their story, and how they're doing so much better now. Change isn't bad. Change is good. But you got to make the right change. You got to remove the bad things. Sometimes it doesn't sound as good in your ear when somebody tells you something. Corrective criticism doesn't sound good all the time. Person might tell you messing up and you might not like it, feel like this person is against you. They're telling you that because they see more in you than you see in yourself. Like you said, you had people who were giving you good advice.
Yeah.
You had to change the people you were around.
It's real.
You know, you are who you hang around, you know. You're around people that's gonna pray for you. Then you're around good people. You're around people who wants you to, hey, go over here. There's a job opportunity here. Hey, try this out, try that out to better yourself. That's good. If you're around someone who's telling you to cheat on your wife or cheat on your husband, that's bad. You hanging around somebody who's saying, hey, let's go out there and get drunk tonight. Let's go out here and do these drugs. That's bad. Steal, kill, destroy. That's bad. That's devilish. It's evil.
Yeah.
So you can't expect anything good out of hanging around these type of people. Hey, let's go out to the bar tonight. For what? Why not do something that's gonna mean something? Why not, hey, let's get together and figure out how we can reach the community? Why don't we come, great minds think about ideas for change,
Yeah.
for the better of the human race? You might sit here and be like, you know what, man, I might not do too much. Listen, if you touch one person's life in your life, that's a great thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
If you just help change that one person from taking their own life, that one person from giving up on life, that one person from going and not using again, you're doing a great thing, man. But it might be fearful at first, but push through it. You're going to make it. Is there anything else you want to tell the people? Let them know. If there's anything you got going on, you can just let them know.
Man, I appreciate Mr. Isaiah here for letting me come today, man. If you're struggling, man, reach out, man. You're not in this alone. There's a lot of people out there who care about you. There really is. I'm blessed that there was people in my life at a time that did care about me when I thought that they didn't. You are valued. You know, there's somebody out there in each individual person's life that does care about them somewhere. And like you said, man, if you're struggling, reach out, you know, so we can get back to the people that we once were, or better yet, the person that you want to become. Extremely thankful, man, to be here today. And yeah, man, I appreciate you for having me, brother.
That's the show for today. We appreciate you for tuning in. And remember, change isn't bad. Change is good no matter what you've been through, locked up, no family, no way out. You see him. A living testimony, a walking, talking billboard of what God can do in your life. Just take those steps of being sober. Take those steps and don't give up. You might have relapsed plenty of times. OD after OD. Death experiences. Being in the dark to walking in the light. You can walk in that light today. We love you all and shine bright. Stay blessed.